Meanwhile, like
Meanwhile, we live, baby.
Yes,
it,
indeed. It's the
What's
Instagram is
up?
always gonna forever be a problem, but that's okay. We move. Hold on.
Yeah, something we got to get used to.
Yeah, Instagram is gone. Instagram. Let's see what we got here. What we got here. There we go. There
well,
we go.
We
There we
good. We
go.
live everywhere.
Live everywhere.
All
hey,
right.
Everywhere all at once.
Welcome, people.
hi
Come on in
guys,
here.
hi
Oh,
Facebook.
We got YouTube,
here's my
Facebook, and
Facebook.
Instagram.
Listen, I'm excited. Shout out to
Mm,
everybody.
Yes, thank you guys for joining the episode of
The
The
30
30
plus.
Oh
plus
no, oh
podcast.
no,
What is
oh
that? Y'all
no,
energy
oh
off.
no.
You off
You just
key. What's
you.
going on
You
here?
ain't your first person to come
You, you missed the cue.
in. Yeah.
You.
You the baritone and
Okay,
the group we sounded real.
y'all know I
Yeah,
come in
she
the
planted
end,
the
bruh.
seed. I grabbed the flower pot, and you was
Yeah.
in the water. And yeah,
All right, that's my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. La
That's
la
what
la
it
la.
sounds
All
like the
right.
makings of a long weekend. Is what that sounds like.
Was you on
Joyful,
spring break too?
joyful. It was. I say it was kind of long.
Hmm.
Look at them. Now you're frozen. Okay, there
Okay.
we go. But anyway,
You
we
heard me?
turn this episode of
I
the
frozen. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can. Focus, baby. Focus. One more
Hey,
time.
I don't know what
You
happened.
tuned into the episode
The
of
30 plus.
The 30 plus
Don't worry about it.
podcast.
Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
Nick, go
Is there
ahead.
a delay?
Don't worry about it.
On
I feel
you.
like I hear a delay.
We wrong. We in decency and in order. It's just you. But it's okay. We
Really?
move. We move.
No.
On the
We move.
Northwest,
My
we
bad.
good. We good
Yeah.
on the Northwest.
This your girl Nika X. We ain't gonna go through all the aliases tonight, but peace
What's
over.
the X for today? You need one today.
Nah. Mm-mm. Exhausted. There you go. AKA Nick Millie. That's all I got.
You
You
said
want
boy
tradition?
fly since birth, aka fly, aka microphone mic. That's it.
AKA radio.
No,
Don't
that
we?
ain't me. AKA fairy tale fly. I like that one. Fairy
Definitely.
tale fly.
That was
I
a good
like
one.
that one.
Yeah, that was a good
Bad.
one. What up, it's your girl, Miss Cookie Baby.
Please say the baby.
Please say the baby.
Good
This
morning.
is 30 Plus Podcast where we talk love, life, and lessons after 30. Hopefully, you guys have listened to the audio version of our latest episode,
Yes.
Yes.
Forever or Fairy Tale. And we're going to dive in and expound upon our thoughts and see if our thoughts have changed since Thursday. Because sometimes it'll
Who?
happen.
Has
Sometimes
y'all?
we'll listen to the episode and, have to be listened back to, your thoughts may change. So, is that what
Right.
happened to you guys?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Mine
Okay.
changed a little. I'll be on the fence now.
What happened? Talk to us about it. So before we
What
get into that,
happened?
hold on 1 second. So before we get into it, so for those who haven't had an opportunity to listen to the audio version of the 30 Plus Podcast, we discussed Forever or Fairy Tale ideologies after the age of 30. Have they changed? Are you willing to give up something about yourself or that nice little checklist that you guys once had in your 20s to find your forever person? So,
Oh,
um,
y'all.
for everybody who tuned in, hit the comments. Are you team forever or team fairy tale? Because after 30, you can be everything all at once.
Heavy
I
on
don't
the
see why
30
not.
plus.
Yeah, and what that looks
I
like.
feel like
Go
that's
ahead.
why I say I'm on the fence. I'm fair. Like I was fairy tale, but I feel like I'm on the fence now because it's
Hmm.
always I was talking to the homie last night. He's like a little older than me, so he's 45, and we was talking about settling down, and he's single as well. And it just made me think about like, hey, maybe I need to do the same. The homie said he trying to do that. I was like, I should do the same. And we had some key points that we talked about on why it's hard out here and why we would rather the fairy tale. But at the end of the day, you want somebody to grow old with.
So how did that
older with.
conversation go? Can you give us a little more details on what that looked like for you?
Yes, because we tell you that.
What, me and him?
Yeah, because
Oh no, I
whatever
mean
you
we
did
was
to
just
help
talking.
change your mind. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I just
I
want to take
mean
it to him.
no, I was just listening to his thoughts about why he wanted a family and getting older and want to settle down. And I was like, that's something I should think about. So I was
Can
like,
you give
okay.
us an example of one of those thoughts?
My thoughts or his thoughts?
Whoever.
Whatever got you on the right side of the track. 'Cause I would like to shake his hand.
Um,
Me too. I want to buy
um,
him flowers. You know how these new men want flowers? I'll buy him some.
I don't know. Just seeing somebody else that's a little older than me that going through the same thing but wants something different. Because I always, I'm always half and half. So hearing other dudes that I feel like are like me, hearing why they would want to settle down, have a family, want somebody to grow old with, and do all the good things, made me think about, okay, I might want to do that too. It makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm getting old out here. I need somebody to take care of me. And I thought about like when my dad
Got it.
no, well, no, but like my dad and my stepmom was together until my dad died, right? But my stepmom was like at his side until the moment he closed his eyes. And I would want that, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that somebody there that loves you to that, your last breath. I want to love like that. So things like that.
Can you provide that same love?
Everybody know I give anything I ask. What are you talking about?
Everybody
I'm a
do
lover
know.
boy.
That's what we asking, sugar.
They know. They know.
All right,
I'm
shawty.
just saying.
You get
But and another thing we were talking about that made me want to go to the other side. We were talking about how during the fall I am more of a lover boy because I was born in the fall and I want to, be cuddled up and start a relationship. But once it get warm, if I can't find nothing in those months, it get warm again, and summertime coming in and you back in the gym. It's like, hey, we might as well get back outside. Why want to be in a relationship? It's the fun season.
See what I'm saying? He missed it. He be on the right track, and it just bothers him so bad to be mature. YN stuff like that. Cause what?
It just hurts you to stay there.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just telling the truth.
Seconds. If we knew all that,
I said I was half and half. So if I'm gonna tell you one side, I gotta tell you the other side, right?
We heard the other side. Okay.
Oh my God! I'm just saying for real. No, it's the truth.
We know. We know. Let's be.
It's a half and half.
This is not.
And I promise you, like, man, it's like an instant click. It's like once that warm weather hit, it's like, dang, I haven't found nobody yet. Then you get that spring rejuvenation, that haircut, get outside, new clothes, and then you just see all the new options, all these beautiful flowers, and it's like, I need some flowers. I like a bouquet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully you at this age, they done told y'all the grass is greener wherever you water it, sugar. We need for you to pick a lawn and stay.
Yeah, that's so hard. Anyway, so what would you guys say is your biggest takeaway from this previous episode?
Cook.
It have to deal with you, so I don't even because
they don't have to deal with me.
This is my biggest takeaway because again, I grew up with nothing but the you, and it's just I used to think like there were certain myths, how they say men mature slower than women. Like I used to think that was a myth, but as I go through the tears of my siblings, that I'm all male. And they're in different age groups, different brackets, different whatever in their life. I understand. All of them have had a phase like you. They really have. But once they clicked, it clicked. Whether they were single, there are some that are single now, and they not hollering by, I want to be outside. They, I hear talking about where's the women that be in the house because they tired of girls inviting them out to the streets. They want to go a nice little.
Well, that's how I know we not the same because I get both.
It's not what you missed it. It wasn't an inability to obtain. Because let's be clear,
Like I
ain't
want
nothing
both.
tied to the blood or indirect have a problem getting
I
anything.
want both.
They have a goal. Yes, you don't want both. Because you
I do
can go
want both.
outside with your partner. You hollering about in the winter,
That's
you gonna
still
be a
both.
lover boy then when it's outside.
It's not both though.
It's not.
Like, that's the thing. It's one Michael
It is.
Uchiwala.
It's
For
a
you, that,
mashup mixed with the transition.
for you, that could be synonymous. Do with that what you will.
DJ play that song, mix them in right. Yeah.
So, what was
The
your biggest
remix at
takeaway?
least.
What was your biggest takeaway? This fugazi.
What? My biggest
What was your
takeaway
biggest takeaway?
or yours?
Yeah,
What's yours?
I'm producing. What was your
What
biggest
is yours,
takeaway?
Nick?
Clock it.
I'm going to get there.
Well, my my biggest takeaway is that no matter what, well, honestly, I took more away from like the question that was asked than I did the actual discussion of fairy tale or whatever, because I already know y'all want to be in love forever, and to me, it's a coin flip. It's like it's either it happen or it don't. So I took more away from the question that was asked in the show than anything.
The 30 plus therapy
Did
question.
y'all hear me? Yes.
We'll get to that.
We're asking you to expound because there are people who have not heard that to know
Oh,
what we're talking about.
well, I didn't know. Well, on the question, as far as not basic clarity, that's what I realized. Like a lot of women do not have clarity on situations. Y'all start to assume and think that y'all know what we want or what something is, but no, y'all need clarity. So
women need clarity, or adults.
Yeah,
because I've met a lot of men that love.
I heard
clarity.
a whole bunch of assuming. I heard a whole bunch of assuming and thinking
Oh,
and
you're talking
knowing
about
that
within
wasn't
that
enough.
situation. Got you.
The situation, then that question.
Okay, we'll deep
But
dive into 30 plus therapy a little later. So you
yeah,
have more to say about the conversation of exclusivity. Okay, we'll get there.
exactly.
Okay, so for me, my biggest takeaway is something I didn't realize until I was talking through the episode, was what I based my fairy tale on. So sometimes, when we talk about an episode, as we're discussing it, you don't realize how much you lean in to your personal life. And like I mentioned on the episode, I pretty much based my fairy tale off what I seen. Although it was reality around me, it was a fairy tale as my life was considered, because my parents, grandparents, aunts, uncle, that's their life. But it wasn't for me. But I based a fairy tale expectation of a relationship on what was going on around me. So that was my biggest takeaway. And it was just something I had to learn as I got older, that, a relationship and it's, basing it off someone else's life is kind of not the best thing to do, because you give a false sense of hope. And you also may be putting pressure on your partner to be something that they probably will never be for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good takeaway, actually.
That was
something
a great
we all should think about. Yeah.
Agreed.
Because
And
man, I'm
you
definitely
grew
an
up the
advocate.
same way. You grew up seeing two sets of parents, so like you started saying, the fact that you did get to see your stepmom be there for your dad to his last breath is something that you kind of honed in on, and you want that. Whether you realized that then and tucked it away and came back, or just now, it still had a part of making your decision. Same thing for me. I went off of what I saw growing up, whether that was my parents, two sets of parents as well, or aunts, uncles, whoever. And you do want that. They used to tell you it wasn't none in these streets. And baby, I think at this 38 years of living, it was nothing in the streets. They were absolutely correct. So to each his own.
I think I never wanted it for forever. I think since I was young, I always wanted the fairy tale, because I remember growing up like telling like my aunts and stuff like that, like, oh no, I'm not getting married. I'm gonna be like my uncle. I'm gonna just be out here talking to beautiful women and living my life. So I think that's the life that I chose and started to do, and that's what I continue to do.
So you think
So that's
where
probably
is
me. I feel like I spoke on that throughout my whole life. So I think
so
that's
where
what
is
it
that
is now.
particular uncle? Is he
Oh, he got murdered. That's another.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But no, that's okay. But still, before he did, he definitely did settle down and have a wife. So
Well, there you have it.
yeah. I knew the younger him. And that's the one that's the one I aspired to be.
Well, when he passed, was he 40?
Yeah. This was like 2-3 years ago.
Oh man. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. I'm just trying to see your timeline on the cool. No shade. Rest in peace, Unc. But I'm just trying to see how long you finna walk in his footsteps before you go and get your little forever and pray.
No, that's when I was little. That's what I said. So I feel like that's something that,
It's
that I
still in the
probably
back.
subconsciously throughout my life did because of that reasoning. I mean, let's not act like I didn't used to be a serial monogamous now. Like
No, we're not acting like anything. This is all
I know, but
primarily
I'm letting it be
that
said.
means you're acting like that. Every time we redirect you to remind you of what we know you really want, you play crazy like
I don't
we
want that no
making up
more.
that you want to be grown and in love. You do
First
that.
of all, I could be grown in love regardless in my way. I've realized a long time ago nothing that anybody has or does affects me because they not me and I'm not them. So I've never based anything I do off of anybody, and everybody who listens to the show know Michael go do whatever you want and think how you think regardless
Well,
of
Michael
how
just said how
anybody
he
feel
based
about that
his life.
situation.
He just said how he based his life on his uncle, so I beg to differ, but touche.
No, I said if you listen, I said when I was young.
Oh,
So when I was young, yes, I did.
but you
I
said Michael
did.
never.
Huh?
Michael just also had his homeboy change his mind and sway his opinion yesterday, but who's listening?
No, I didn't say change my mind. I said he got me 50-50. My mind has not been changed. If it's not a fool or not, then how does it change? It's still on the fence. That's not a solid decision. That's just a
You
thought
went on
that
the
crossed
fence
my
in the
mind.
episode. You were for certain fairy tale.
Y'all know.
Now you're pondering. So
I
that's
mean, technically, I'm still fairy telling, but the pondering is there, but the fairy tale is still very much alive. So
got you.
Oh, gosh. Okay, guys. So, what do you think is one common dating expectation that feels like a fairy tale, but doesn't hold up in reality?
talking every day when you first meet somebody, or like trying to create a routine when you first meet somebody in terms that little fairy tale, like seeing them all the time and going out all the time and stuff like that, something that you can't really uphold.
That's good, Mike. That's a
Yeah.
good one. More so the seeing every day. For me, talking every day. You need to talk to me every day. I didn't say all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 days no
Don't
call
do
no show,
that.
you already know.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't all day. No, it's a little too far. But every day, absolutely, absolutely. I need to hear from you. And I feel like if I'm always the person going to initiate the contact, it's don't even worry about it.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and let that die. I'm gonna tell you right now.
What about you,
Don't hit
Neat?
me with that.
I would probably say the introduction of the representative that a lot of people bring in to a connection when you're not really seeing those layers pull back. People try to put their
Yeah.
best foot forward. I think people get hung up on the talking stage and thinking that that's going to be things, because the longer you start dating someone, life gets in the way. You start working, you start you don't quit the prioritization of them, but I think overall you kind of fall into like a routine.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think that introduction of when you're trying to get someone, that's the fairy tale. Because a lot of times the men come in as a Prince Charming and can't keep that up a lot of times. So yeah,
Yeah.
They come in
Derek
sweet
is cute.
and everything.
And I don't care how good of a man in person. I'll take it off the man tonight. I ain't gonna do that. But I think people
I mean, I
realize.
know I'm naturally charming, so it's nothing for me. It'll never change.
Are you though?
Very
Or do you
much.
gaslight?
Do not. I'm very realistic and upfront and tell the truth. Honestly wins. There's a difference between being a player and being player. And I'm player. No. But I am.
We was talking about people coming in one way and then not
I
being
know that. and I stay the same way every time I come in. I do not change because I come in honest,
Right.
funny,
So
and charming.
what other qualities do you have? Because there are things that
We're
could.
talking about the intro, so yeah, things could change. But I'm saying if I start something, I continue it. Like I don't come in
But what have
one
you
way and
noticed from
change.
dating women? Have you noticed that when you're dating, that somebody comes in one way and then they change? Have you noticed any of that?
Yeah, always. I feel like that's everybody.
Mhm.
A woman
So
will
what
come
would
in
you?
like she like you, like be all up on you, and then they will change quickly or shortly or a long time. And it's different emotions, different whatever. But I feel like that's because everybody has like something that's going to upset somebody else, so there's going to change eventually. In the most part,
So what's one quality that you feel makes a person forever material?
you talking to me?
She's talking to
Everybody
the.
talk at once. Talking to the group.
He,
So
Huh?
I'll bounce
What?
it off you, and the reason I'm gonna bounce it off you is again we kind of use this show with you as an example in mind. So for you to feel like you've only met one person who can basically be here forever,
Mhm.
what's one quality about her that will make her forever material in your mind?
That she's a genuinely good person.
Mhm.
That's really good. It's simple and a lot of people miss stuff
Yes.
like that. Hmm.
Yeah. Genuinely a overall great person. Has a big heart, even if doesn't want to show it.
So
Can't
that's what
help for to
made her.
stick up for others.
That's what made her stand out and be set apart compared to everybody else that you kind of dealt with or would deal with so far that you've
Yeah.
encountered.
Yeah. I've met a lot of genuinely good people, but it's a difference.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's really good. I'm proud of you.
Okay. What about you, Daniel?
Um, Probably the way they pay attention. Because a lot of people love you the way they feel you need to be loved. But somebody who really wants to love you, they're gonna love you how you need to be. And so when somebody does that, and you can tell when they're just like you said, coming in and just pulling some stuff because they want to see how far they can go, or they want you to believe or paint this picture that they're not, and eventually again, they have imposter syndrome. But when it's truly like he said, like I said, that it's them and it's genuine and it's truly them, you will know the difference. And so that's the one way that stands out because I'm not you can't buy me. This is not Tina and you ain't Ike sugar. Cute, loved it, heard the gifts. I probably would re-gift them all the time, just about. Yeah, it's not about that at all. It's not about that at all. It's truly the things that you came by or that's not even really tangible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thoughtfulness, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, that's hard. Well,
It ain't hard. You just gotta pick one.
It's
'Cause
something,
I know you.
yeah. It gotta be
yeah,
something
yeah.
that lets you know.
She said,
It's not that I don't have any. I think it's just a multitude of things.
Yeah.
So that I was trying to pick one out of that group that would kind of
Mhm.
stand out. I think a forever person for me is a good protector.
Oh,
And what I mean by protector, because protector can mean a multitude of things. It can protect you when you're outside, but I think a person that can protect you mind, body, and soul from me is a triple threat. Because a person that's
Okay.
gonna protect you, and he'll protect your heart, he'll protect your body, and he'll protect your soul. So I think about it, a person who can check all of those boxes is a forever person. Because
and
then I think those other things kind of fall into place at that point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fly, you agree?
Oh
I,
no, I agree. That's for sure. I mean,
I
because that's literally what it is. If you go be a protector, you go protect everything. You're not just go pick one thing to protect. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, that's because you are that type of man. But believe it or not, There are people who don't know the definition of that, and they kind of just take it as one dimensional. So, for example,
Mm,
when you use the term provider, that's not financial at all
Yeah.
times.
yeah,
That's those two
that's
words
true.
eat people up. And this is
Mhm.
why we have these unnecessary gender wars. Because it's not, when I'm telling you I need you to provide for me, I am not talking financial. Let's be clear. She gonna always get to the bag at all times by any means necessary. I don't need you for that. When I'm telling you to provide, I'm telling you, like Nick discussed and touched on in the episode and the previous one, I need you to make this cape, make that easy for me. You're
Right.
providing that space for me to be feminine, for me to be gentle, for me to be soft, for me to breathe hell.
Right.
That's what I need. When you're protecting me, y'all know I'm gonna go to war. It's up and stuck at any point. But my man is not just protecting me. One, he's gonna stop me from doing anything crazy. Two, these anxiety flare ups and these panic attacks. When you recognize those signs and you see something, or you see that I can go into something that could, agitate that or activate that, you eliminating that. That's protecting my mental. And we
Right.
ain't even gonna talk about the spiritual aspect, because a man that cover you spiritually, oh child, whole nother demon. So, well, not demon, but you get what I'm saying. And I think
Right.
that's a lot of people who who are out here letting, like you said, Fly, letting others kind of dictate what that looks like for them, or going off of what they're seeing on social media, going off of these biases that's really don't know about nothing. And the funny thing is that I, in my media experience, have learned it's the equivalent of rappers. They rap all day about doing this and that, but when they go home, they laid up with their wife.
Right.
It's the same thing with these gender war people. These dudes holler, I don't need a woman and this, this, and this, and these women holler, a man, this and this. And guess what they doing? Either A, laying up with one, or B, wanting that, longing for that, which is why they're speaking from a pain place. Cut it. Not here. We don't do that here.
No,
We're here
that's
to heal.
actual factual. Yeah.
Right.
It's actual factual. And for anybody who ever had that comment confused on when I say protect and provide, let's be absolutely clear. I am not only speaking financial when I say that. And only an immature man would even think that that would be me in that moment. But I have to say that because sometimes you got to let the people know.
Yeah.
Protecting body can mean a multitude of things. And we also have an episode about it that not all providing is financial.
And we do.
Check it out.
At least I think we do.
We
If not,
do.
it's on the list. Okay, just making sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, because that's some of the things. My listeners, wait a minute, did
It
we get
was
that?
it was
Yeah.
it was the episode when we was talking about um different things that turn you off.
Yeah.
What are some non-sexual things that turn you off and turn you on about a man or a woman? And that was one thing we discussed, was being financial stable. And
Yeah.
we all understood that the women and the men did not need anybody else's pocket, wallet, or coin purse.
Yeah.
We come equipped, and that's
Yeah.
why you have to be.
Well, that's why I say it don't hurt, because Roman thought finance is a nuisance. So I mean that too. However,
That's true.
that's not the sole thing when I mean financial. So
Man.
that's what we're talking about. So how do you guys think social media and dating apps have played a part on the dating experience?
Oh my goodness, I hate it. I was just talking to somebody today. We was talking about the pandemic and how much fun we had in the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and how we had our virtual concerts and other things carried us through the pandemic. But I feel like that's when a lot of, because people were not able to traditionally go out, other than Texas, go out and meet somebody. We don't know what's open, child.
Right.
Um, that dating apps happen, and dating apps were never like bad to me prior to the pandemic. But during that pandemic, I think all three of us can attest, because we all stuck a toe in there. It was very ghetto. Like,
I had a very good. I enjoyed it during the quarantine myself, but it's a different story.
I'm talking about from a finding your person thing. because clearly you
Okay.
ain't find your person. And you had some good story. You taught us some stuff on the other side there. We was like, yo, you was going through the same thing we was going through with men, with women. I'm like, wait, they said what? Like
I guess I said if the world ended, hey, 2 tears in a bucket.
that's exactly what happened.
I know I saw a lot of Houston real estate and some nice apartments and buildings in 2020.
And you
I
did.
could have been a leasing agent.
You should have. That's what your problem was. You missed your moment to capitalize. I'd have told you to do nothing else for free.
Child.
through
Um,
Mike's ass. That would have been cute.
I think in some cases the apps maybe expedited the realization that that person wasn't your forever, if nothing else. I think it put you on
Yeah.
a fast track of being able to see that that was not your part. But it worked out for some people too. So I
Oh
ain't
yeah.
I want to negate that. But I think during the pandemic times specifically, that was that was a different time. And I think mainly because since everything was closed, you had the opportunity to really deep dive and get to know a person. So
Yeah.
sometimes when the world is going and the world is spinning, you still live in life. So you don't really pay attention in that regard. I
Yeah.
think the pandemic allowed you to slow down and really get to know somebody. And I think within that time, again, it put you on a fast track to like, I am not your assignment. And I see why you're
Yeah.
single.
I agree with that.
Thanks for playing.
Yes.
I mean, me and the homie had a discussion about this the other day. It's like we like dating apps because I feel like it's quicker communication. It's you get more knowledge up front about the person. You have you have things to talk about off the rip. What I'm saying, just by reading profiles and stuff like that. But it's something about meeting somebody in person that gives like a better feeling, like feels like a better connection. The energy behind it, it's a greater dopamine addiction. So it's like, even though, because we both are the same, it's like we enjoy the apps, they're cool, they are right, but it's better meeting somebody in person because it's more of a vibe, more of an energy, more spontaneity. So yeah.
Okay. So what do you guys do? You think that marriage is still the end goal for most people?
Absolutely.
Or do you think most people are still okay with the long-term relationships?
I'm seeing more marriage proposals. I'm
Mhm.
seeing more weddings. Like I've been in since what's this 25 since 23. I have been in between 7 and 9 weddings. I'm seeing people still getting engaged. I saw 2 today. Like it's making a comeback, and it's within our age group, so that makes me happy. Because I know we are the middle generation, and like it goes either way. It just kind of depends. And I know at one point we as a generation was like, yo, we want that big mama, big daddy love. How do we obtain that? And again, I know for us in our age group as women, we were more career driven than those women were. So
Right.
that deterred a lot, and the men have their own thing too. And so to see everybody's kind of still being able to be those things still, but still chase that old dream with a modern twist, because the difference is they are doing it their way.
Right.
That I love to see. You're having the elopements. You're having the brides wearing dresses that are not white. You're having the men that are wearing tux and tennis shoes. Like, I'm loving that everybody's putting their own spin and doing it their own way, but the end goal has still been marriage. And I know for me, that's still my end goal. I know for you, that's your end goal. Fly, he depend on how he feel that day.
That is fact. It
But
definitely
it's
depends on
it's
how I
not
feel.
far-fetched. It's not something that you're not completely
Yeah.
removed off the table at this moment.
No.
Yeah. What side of the
No,
scale?
yeah, I'm a Libra, so I gotta weigh it on my scale. But
You
it's
know
the
what?
same,
I don't
like,
believe that. You want to be married.
He
huh?
does. He
You want to
You
be
does.
believe I
married.
want it? Yeah, I told you some days I do, and
I was
other
like,
days
he's said more days that he does than he doesn't. But when he
I
don't, he
don't
don't.
know. During the winter and the fall, for damn sure, I want to be married. I'm just
Okay.
saying, man. You
All
know,
right.
but honestly, talking to my homeboys, a lot of homeboys I've been talking to lately, it's
Mhm.
like, man, I don't know if I want to get married. It's like it ain't no point. Some of the married ones, they not getting none. Then some of the single ones, they talking to girls who got dudes. So it's like you can't trust them. So it's like they think they all never get married. I'm in the mix between the two, but I feel like I could get married because I would never marry a woman that I couldn't trust, and then I'm pretty sure any woman that marries me understands that, it's some things I will go to jail about, but it ain't none because I'd rather die than go to jail.
All right.
So I hope they understand the difference of playing with me because don't play with me because I'm not gonna play with you. But anyway,
Mm.
that might be. It's
This
just
is
real.
recorded, right?
Right.
That's good. So they
Listen.
got proof.
All
I
Let
right.
don't
me
care.
let me put some money to the side for you because
All right.
sound like we're gonna need a legal team.
Let me go,
Don't
let me
play
go
with
ahead and
look, do
this
not play with me.
transition.
Right.
All
Dipping in
right.
your nephew college fund, sir.
Yeah, but 30 plus therapy. So 30 plus therapy is an opportunity for the listeners, for you guys to send us questions and we answer them. Like I said, none of us are therapists, but we're going to try our best to fix your life. So this last 30 plus therapy, while the initial conversation wasn't this, it kind of leaned towards into this. So the young lady who sent us a question wanted to know, when was a good time to define a relationship or become exclusive? And was it okay if she asked what, she was doing with the guy that she was dating? We're going to start off by answering that. And then we're going to transition to
The P
exclusivity
clause.
and what that means, because we all have different thoughts on what that means, and which is fine. This is what this show is about, but we're gonna get into some things. Okay, so let's start off with, when is a good time to define a relationship? Anybody want to go
You
first
def-
on that?
you can define a relationship when both the people agree that you're in a relationship. It's a relationship is defined as when I say, "Will you be my girlfriend, my woman, or my wife?" That's when a relationship is defined. If there is no title, there is no relationship. We're just talking. We have conversation. If there hasn't been some flowers and some dinners and some romantic gesture and me saying, "Will you be my whatever?" then we're not together. So the best time is when we both agree and I like you and you like me and we have a conversation, and that's when. There's not a real time frame. It could be today, it could be tomorrow.
Okay, I would say a good time is when you feel good about it, once you get all your questions answered. I don't think there's a quote unquote day, 60 days, what we're doing, things like that. I think when it feels good to you, because some cases it may be 30 days, it may be a week, it may be, whatever it feels good to you, I think is when you should have the conversation and at least know where you stand. I think that's just on a trial basis. I don't think there's no set time, anything other than forever. Because listen,
Forever never lasts too long until you gone. Yeah, no, I would have to agree. There isn't a certain timeline, but I do agree the conversation has to happen. And assumption is gonna really be detrimental if one is thinking, because as we learned that we about to dive in, is people have different definitions of stuff. So you got to be clear and specific in your prayer.
actually,
you know,
Mm-mm-mm.
that's what led those men who tried to date me and wanted to know why I asked, was there somebody out there who thought they was dating you? That is why. Because again, people have different definitions. And they would chuckle every time I asked that, and I was so serious. Is there somebody who think y'all together? Whether you saying y'all ain't not, do somebody
Somebody
think?
asked me that yesterday. No.
And what you said?
Somebody always think they with me.
see,
That's the best way to look at it.
see,
No, that's a lie. I didn't tell her that.
I know
you
you better not have. We ain't
No, I
ready.
didn't
probably
tell her
did.
that. I didn't tell her that.
You wanted to though, because you just want to see people reaction.
Yeah, somebody told me that too, but it's another discussion for another day.
Mm. So, in the midst of us having this friendly conversation, we started discussing exclusivity in a relationship, and how does that look to you, specifically after 35? Because I think my answer at 30 and my answer later
At
on in life
35 is
were
different. Yeah.
kind of for me, you know. And I kind of brought it up on Facebook today before the show just to kind of get people. And I asked 35 and up. And, you know, one of our listeners like, you keep moving, you know, first you said 30, now I'm 32 now, I get this conversation. I said, I know I keep moving the goalposts, but so does life. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
I know. So, and I moved it because I think between 30 and 35 and then 35 and 40, I think you kind of change, like it's different facets, you know, of life. So that's why I kind of
Facts.
want to talk to the 35 and up, because I think in 30, it probably would have been
I'm
a little
still
bit more.
young.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
what are your thoughts on dating exclusive after 35? Because we're all after over 35 in this group. So,
Mm-hmm. My,
You was
it should be a non-factor. I mean, I'm speaking from a different standpoint because in my 20s was married. So my 20s was 30 to 33. Those were my 20s. So yeah, after 35, number one, I get egged. I ain't got time. I do not. And like you said, Fly, I do not mind going to jail. Listen,
just trying to do what I do.
I am this has been me, sugar. I am territorial and being the only girl, I've never had to share, so I didn't plan on doing it as an adult. With that being said, if it has to be a conversation, hands down, but I feel the goal should be that it should just be that we are dating exclusive. Whether that's, you know, we've learned new definition. My definition is we go together when we're exclusive. Of
We
course, a
go
conversation.
together.
It was never an assumption, but that's when I started using the term that I am dating this
So
person.
is go together mean you're in a relationship? Is that what your
Yes,
go
and we
together
were in
meant?
a relationship. My go together. We were in a relationship, and at that point, that's when we were dating exclusive. If we were not in a relationship and a previous conversation was not had that we're going to be in one or we are, then I'm not dating you exclusively. Now, the thing is it didn't mean that I was always entertaining multiple. It just meant that I had the option to if I wanted to prior to an exclusive conversation. That makes sense.
yeah.
Okay. Nick,
Nah.
don't get him started because I just
It's like we're not exclusive one until we have the conversation. That's plain and simple. If we're dating exclusively, like if I'm like, hey, it's me and you, like that means I talk to you, you talk to me, and that's it. Like you're not my girlfriend, I'm not your boyfriend. We're trying to see if we can get to that. We're gonna talk, go on dates, without any outside interference. Without any outside interference, then we'll know if, hey, okay, this is somebody I can actually be with. I'm not just gonna be throwing out titles left and right. I don't play those type of games. It's only about 5 women who could say I was their boyfriend. So I don't play with those type of titles because I take relationships seriously. So until I say you are my girlfriend, or do you want to be my girlfriend, or are you interested in a relationship with me, we're just, I'm in the cart. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been purchased. Other people can snatch me out the cart, but for now, I'm in your cart. I mean, technically, people reaching somebody's cart. What I'm saying is like, because you can reach other people's cart and take something theoretically,
no, you
but
can't. I've never ever in my life walking down the aisles of
I done
HEB had
seen it.
somebody even try.
Well, you could if you wanted to, and they could if they wanted to. I'm just saying. So what I'm
Then are
saying
you really
is,
in the cart
like,
at that point?
you're exclusive to the cart because you could always be taking out that cart and put back on the shelf. But
But
while you're in that cart, we're exclusive. You're not mine. I'm not yours. We don't belong to each other until I ring you up. You're still open game out there. You could be put back on the shelves. So that's how it is.
you
You
don't.
haven't made it. You
But
haven't
you're
been
not dating
purchased. You
other
haven't been
people.
bought. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not putting all these other things in the cart. You're the only thing in the cart.
I
You
wish
know,
you would
I
put me in
got
the cart. Tell me I can't window shop. You crazy.
you can window shop. That's why you in the cart, but you just not. You can window shop, but you ain't buying nothing else either.
Let me tell you something. If that
You
man
can
say
see what you see.
25% off and then an extra pair of pants, holla, because you're playing with my time, sir.
You know, you go there, and that's just life.
Oh,
But
you wouldn't even have to tell me to be gone. I guarantee you it'll be a mutual agreement.
but if
Guarantee. And we would be
if
the best
we're dating
friends afterwards.
exclusively, it's just that means we have a mutual respect for each other to not try to talk to anybody else while we try to see if we're compatible enough to be a thing. So that's
So,
why it's like that for me.
so a woman to come up to you if you in the cart with somebody else, a woman come up to you, hey fly, you know what to do, you'll be like, nah, you gonna back off,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, you in a relationship? I'm gonna say no, but I'm talking to somebody and I'm trying to get to know them.
That's sweet of you.
That's because that's respectful and that's why it's exclusive. Now, if I'm just talking to them, then it's like, okay, what's your name is? What you doing later? You know.
Mhm. And then so if you make it to the point to where you ask the woman to be your girlfriend and y'all are actually in a relationship, then what you do? You still form everybody? I'm just trying to see
Yeah,
what
you're in a
what the
relationship.
difference is. So
You're in a relationship. Yes,
same
there's no
scenario.
talking. There's no. Oh, hey, can I get your number? No, I got a girl. Like, I don't cheat.
No, I know you don't cheat. I was just trying to see if what was the difference from a
The
dialogue. That's why I
difference
was like, do you
is
still
like
form
I'm not
everybody?
even talking. Like I feel like it's a point where they're not even gonna come at me because anybody know me. If I have a girlfriend, like her face is on my shirt. Like I introduce her to everybody that I know, and I don't have a problem being like, this is my girlfriend. What?
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
They were my girlfriends. That's it.
But they
Plain and
weren't
simple.
though.
They were
Who
not.
wasn't? Yes,
I
they
was gonna
were. All of them.
let him cook, Nick. Let him cook, girl. Because we was there.
But they
Yeah.
weren't.
Maybe I don't know what you're talking about.
Every girl,
I
because
can't.
I don't want to do this to you like
Who?
that, bro. Because I consider you a brother.
Nope.
And
Who
we
you done met?
tried.
Oh, no,
We're not
you
going
met
to.
somebody.
I
If
don't
you met
want to. I
somebody,
don't want to do it, huh?
I said if you only person that you met that was just friends is because it was events and I
But
needed
that's not what
people
I'm
to
talking
come.
about,
No, we're
though.
not even talking about that.
Because
We're
I
not
don't want to
even
blow
talking
your
Okay,
about
well,
setup. I don't want to blow your setup because you may use it or you'll play again.
we're gonna keep that, put a pin in that for our production
But
meeting.
I will say,
Because he tried it.
yeah, you try.
no,
I done sat here and
no.
I've been real
I'm
quiet.
sorry, I have to
But
disagree.
I don't
I
need you
was
to be.
wondering
I'm
how long
telling
you
you.
was gonna be quiet
I
because
need
our eyebrows
receipts.
went up like, what?
I
I'm
need some
trying to be
receipts.
respectful
You need some receipts?
of how you date.
Yep.
Hold on, he said he needs some receipts.
You need some receipts. Go in your dresser
Yeah.
drawer, top, go in your closet, wherever you at. Okay. Because that
And
man
do
Go in
ain't
what?
the text
talking.
thread.
If we
Go
talking
in
about
our text thread. All 3 of them.
No, I
I ain't even talking about
pass out
that.
shirts.
I'm talking about go pull out that getting shirt in your closet and see how many pictures. So if you want to lie on this stage again, we just went
Hey,
through this.
what's the name of that movie with
Liar, liar.
no, I don't lie. The name of the movie with the Tyler Perry movie with the painter and Kelly Rowland.
Well, everybody had a painting. That's you. Mia Copa.
Man,
Yeah, everybody got a shirt, baby. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So don't sit up and act like that's some type of
girl,
sit up on
somebody
top of the tree.
right now thought they was chose, girl, till
Yeah.
we helped you out
See
here.
that
That's
don't
all
put you
right.
in the house because you
I
got
haven't done it in a while, so it's okay. I won't do it no more.
okay.
It's
Well,
dead. Look, it's
well,
dead.
I
It
know.
needs to be.
Look, I done sat here and I done let you get it off, but you ain't gonna sit up here and lie on this
Look,
stage.
now I gotta go through the closet to see what shirts I got and get rid of them in case somebody watch this trying to come over.
Okay. Yeah.
Lord forbid.
Look at
Delivery
that's how
shit.
gross it is.
Sleep in. Come on, here you go. Who is that? Oh, some girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I took a picture of some random
Yeah.
girl in the
Family
park.
reunion shirts. Okay.
You know what? That's crazy. It's all right. I'm gonna still continue this tradition if you're right.
If
you
you
don't see
right,
this,
Again, I ain't
if
gonna
you
fully
don't
blow
see
it.
this,
I'm not gonna fully blow
hold
up
on,
your sis,
hold
but I
on.
do know that, you know,
Hold on.
I just couldn't sit here much longer and let you sit there for
Did
dry
you
rot.
hear this fool say he gonna continue the tradition if you right? Don't you put this girl in no 34 crayon box 64. What's the big box 64?
Mm,
108 if you had a little money. Ain't no,
mm,
don't do that.
huh?
Don't do that. Don't put that baby in no
I
crayon
don't
box.
know. I don't know what
Okay,
you're
If
talking
yeah.
you
about.
graduate.
Look, moving right along. So
Right.
for me, dating exclusive, it's a conversation involved. So I don't dry say dating exclusive, and because thanks to people like Mike, you do have to have the further conversation on, you know, what this looks like to you. But my thing is, I don't know if I'm really fond of the title boyfriend, but I'm also 40 years old. I date grown men, not boys. I ain't had a boyfriend since I was
So you,
21.
what do you say when you're
My
referring to
man,
your
my
partner?
man, my man.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Yes.
so
What my baby told me the other day. Clock it.
you know, or
That's the new
guy,
thing. Huh?
the guy that I'm dating, or my man. Just depends on the context and who I'm speaking to. Gets with me, but I don't. Very rarely, every once in a while, I don't know. I'm just not big on the term boyfriend. So if I'm having a conversation of exclusivity, I pretty much understood that it's just us and we're building from there. I don't think I personally need a secondary conversation of will you be my girlfriend unless it's not defined when we have the exclusive conversation. Now, if you're putting it out there, I'm not dating anyone else, but this is what this means. I need rules of engagement because
Mm,
what does this look like? Because if
yeah.
I'm thinking that we're building and going together real bad, and you're sitting up here still putting me in a cart and not knowing what you want and heaven and earth and all that stuff, that is confusing to me. So I talk to me like a kindergartner. What does this look like for you? And if it's something that I want to entertain, then I will entertain that. And if I don't, I won't. I'm like, well, that does not work for me. And we could just continue to date. I'm okay with you dating. I'm okay with dating until you realize that this is what you want and be like, okay, I don't want anyone else. At 40, I'm fine with that. At 30, I might not have been. So that's what I mean. And that's why I said 35 and up. I think my stance kind of changed on dating early 30s and being realistic in dating 40. And that's the point of the show of Forever or Fairy Tale because I'm being realistic in my dating expectations.
You're being intentional.
Very intentional. So when you tell me that you want to be exclusive with me, I'm taking it as such because
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily looking for another conversation because again, we come back and you tell me that and we don't have this conversation. You're like, well, now will you be my girlfriend? I'm like, well, heck, what were we doing 2 months ago?
Cause I'm be honest with you. You want to date exclusive and you saying we ain't boyfriend and girlfriend, don't expect to come to no family, nothing. Don't expect to come to a friend.
No, you don't. I
I
mean, last summer I did it.
You see how outside
Last
of
summer,
him?
last summer I dated. Oh, I did date that girl exclusively, and I did go to a house party with her people.
Twice.
I forgot about that. No, I don't remember
It was
going to the
two
house
things.
party
There was a
twice.
friend thing and it was something else.
Nah, but so yeah, but we knew we wasn't a boyfriend girlfriend. Them titles, like she ain't saying I'm her ex boyfriend. So some people you just don't give titles, or you be like, that's my ex, or this is my ex.
Well,
You
I'm
know?
gonna be honest with you. You know, I never had a conversation about this with the young lady, but I'm very good at nonverbal communication, and that is what was expected from you to the young lady,
You know,
which
she
is
was a
why.
Sagittarius too.
Well, I'm not. I'm a Cancer. I'm just speaking as a woman. Uh,
Mm, no,
that's
what I
what her expectation was. You know what I mean? Because that was a woman who was into you, as you know, and that was a woman who didn't mind dating exclusively with you, as you also know. But that was what that woman assumed that you guys were headed towards, and
yeah,
more
of course.
so in that role to her without having a conversation. I'm be honest, because I did hear her have a conversation with her friend, and it was you were talked about as her man, and so that could be why the
She was
outcome of
manifesting.
There was a
the
disconnect.
yeah, it was a disconnect, and that could be why the outcome of your birthday situation didn't turn out how you wanted it to, because she was like you probably being you redefined like yo. We ain't together. And she like, I'm gonna show you. We ain't
It's
together.
almost like you want her to do girlfriend things.
He did. Ain't no
Because
almost.
you want the term girlfriend. It sounded like you wanted her to do those
Well,
things.
so this is how.
Go ahead.
Well, the term girlfriend, I feel like you're my girlfriend from like the first few months until we've been established, and then you become my woman. I mean, there's stages for me personally. That's just how I look at it. You're my girlfriend because we're dating now. I mean, we ain't nothing that happened to where I feel like you're my woman. So until then, like, okay, I'm your boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend. Then when we get some serious shit going on in here, that's my woman. Like,
After
because we
30
didn't.
something? Okay, wait a minute.
Yes. It's just how I'm sorry.
Nick, you my sister.
Girlfriend is
We got the same.
so look. So for the look,
That's
this
what
is how I
that
look
is.
at it. For the first year, so first year you like my girlfriend because I just feel like first year is months. You know, after that you my woman. We've been together some time. Like we're together. Like we got clout in the game. We got, you know what I'm saying. We've been through some stuff after a year. So yes, this is my woman. Like this is somebody I'm building a life with. Like yes, the expectation is to build a life with somebody, but during these first 12 months of unsurety, because you never really know.
At your 39
You're my
years
girlfriend. Yes, at my 39 years of age, because in October I will be 40, and even then my thoughts will not change because this is how I look at it. The first year, yes, I might say it, but in my head, I look at it as you are my girlfriend for like the first year. Then after that, you become my woman because we'd have been together some time, and I have real passionate feelings about you.
And
That's
this
how
is
I look at
after
it.
y'all have the conversation of her being your girlfriend, or dating exclusive is the girlfriend part of your equivalent.
No, exclusive, then girlfriend. Girlfriend is a
Exclusive
title and different.
Let's know. Wait a minute.
girlfriend,
Okay, so
woman.
walk us through this. What is the rules of engagement with you? You start off where?
I start off as we talking, we
Hell,
cool.
Okay, then what's next?
Next stage is we're dating.
Then what's next?
Then it's exclusive.
Then what's next?
After exclusive, there's a conversation to see if we're going to be together. If we're going to be together, now you are my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend.
And
After
how
some
long does that
time of
last?
being
Two.
hopefully, to me honestly it's just months. Like after 6-7 months, and I feel like I've been saying this is my girlfriend, and I feel like we've actually done something, established something, like real feelings, because the first few months is happy moonish. Like when it's some real something that happened on towards to me, there's a real bond, and knowing this is the person I want to be with. You are my woman now. Like I can say like this is who I want to be with forever or whatever. So is levels to all of that. And you know, that's probably why I'm single, because nobody can make it through all these trials, you know.
it ain't about them can't make it. They not willing to waste their
They don't
time.
want to. It's the same thing. I mean,
You're moving the
it is what it is.
goalposts.
Yeah, you moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts. I just have stages. I'm sorry that I don't rush into. I don't believe in rushing
Now what's
into
that
anything.
rush?
We
I'm
not
the
saying
queen and not
rush.
rushing. I'm the queen and not
It's
rushing, and
my
you know
stage.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
So
just
not
saying
now
these
we
are my
not saying you
stages,
rushing. We just saying like
because I take relationships seriously. I don't hop
right.
in and out of
No,
relationships. I don't
that's
believe
not
in
even what
having.
we're talking about. You
I'm
doing
telling
right with
you,
that.
that's why I have my
No,
stages,
we
because I don't
we we
believe in that.
understand that. We understand, and we that one thing that I will always applaud you for is you're very upfront and you're very honest from jump.
Yes.
And that's something a lot of men aren't at our age, at any age for that matter. So that's one thing that I will always applaud you for. What we're trying to understand is when you were like how you were giving us your stages now, and you were like, yeah, we we talk, we get to know, and then let's see if we're gonna date. When you get to the dating, and then the stage from dating to dating exclusive, that's where the disconnect happens, because then you have a whole nother trial period after that before I can be a girlfriend. That's where the confusion
Because
kind
at
of comes into place, because
because
it
once
seems
I'm
like it's
out,
the same thing, but you want me to give you
it's
more
not.
benefits.
No, so the difference is when you're dating, my focus is not on you. Yes, I talk to you every day too, but I'm talking to 3-4 other girls.
Hmm.
So once we're dating exclusively, then there's no 3-4 other girls. I'm only
But
texting
you're not
you.
my
I'm
girl.
only
You're
trying.
not my boyfriend. I'm not your girlfriend.
No,
Yeah.
you're not. No, because we have the time to focus on each other and to actually get to know each other without you put your blinders on. It's like, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm concentrating on. There's no outside shots coming in. There's no interest trying to be piqued over here. Because if I can't date you exclusively and not want to talk to somebody, how am I be in a relationship with you and not want to talk to somebody? So The exclusive part for me is me getting to know you for you and you getting to know me for me. It has nothing to do with us being together because we might not even want to be with each other. So I'm going to get to know you for you. You're going to get to know me for me. At the end of that, we'll know, like, nah. So
You
instead
can't do
of
that
me
during the
ended,
dating stage. You feel like it's
no,
impossible to do
because
that.
I'm talking, if I'm dating other people, I'm talking to other people. I'm focusing on other people. Yes, I respond to you or whatever, but okay, you come in today, she come in tomorrow. So it's like, it's not the same focus. I don't think you understand. That's different energies
No,
that
no,
you're
I
giving
do
off to people.
understand.
That's
I'm just
different
asking you to
conversations.
explain. Remember, this is a show.
This
It
is
ain't about
fine. I
my
know. And I
understanding. This
explain.
is us elaborating more for
Well,
those who may have
understand.
questions. So it's not,
Well,
don't say I don't understand. I understand very well.
well, for each of those stages there is a purpose, because I take relationships very seriously. So if I am to get married one day, I'm going to marry somebody that I thoroughly know. I'm going to understand how they think, move, and all of that. And to me, that comes with each stage of this, me looking at them differently per different stage. I'm not going to just look at you and say this is my wife and I have no real knowledge about you. I haven't seen, how you are. You know what I mean? I don't know what you did in your past. Like, you could look beautiful right now, but how were you before this? You know what I mean? What made you this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know that. That takes stages. While I'm dating you, I don't care about all that. I really don't. Like, oh, you cool, you whatever. But when I'm exclusively dating you, yes, I care about all of this. Who made you crazy? You know what I mean? Who was the first person tires you slashed? I need to know things like this. So I get all that in the focus stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you need a 7 little dip to find your forever.
He is the reason the Pythagorean theorem was invented and we had to use it in math. We could no
A
longer
square
just
plus
do
B
1
square equals
times
C square.
1. We
And
had to start using squares and boxes and stuff to get the same answer.
well, the thing is I'm
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm
Mm-mm.
I'm
sorry.
not
I don't play
I know
relationships.
no listen. Okay, again. As long as I'm gonna say like I said on the episode, as long as there's understanding of what you're doing and she wants to entertain you for that long, then that is perfectly fine. However, meanwhile back at the ranch, honesty matters. I think you just have all these fillers, and I think the fillers are for you more so than the woman that you're dating.
To figure out
They
what you
are.
You, as in the true Libra fashion, don't really know what you want sometimes. So your balancing act causes you to add these layers because it almost all the layers that you said gives you an out.
There's always a way out, regardless. You always got to look for your
security
exit
Gives you an out.
strategy.
So it allows you
Yeah.
to okay, well, you ain't my girlfriend. So it almost gives you an opportunity to like accountability too. So
To
yeah,
not commit.
yep.
Nah, I just don't believe in committing unless I've
And
seen a
no
few
one and
things.
I'm not, and you absolutely should not. You should not
Yep,
commit. I would never tell you to waste somebody's time and commit over
exactly.
something that you're not fully engaged in. So that's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. However,
I just
common.
don't like to say I have a lot of broken up exes. I feel like if I was to say, "Oh, I'm exclusive with this," I'm having all these ex girlfriends out here. I don't
No,
have that. It's like five,
we're
six.
not
I
telling
understand.
you
That's
to do that. Yeah, no,
I
that's not
know, but
what
I'm telling you that's why another reason I'm like that because I don't want every
no,
girl
we're
I
just
date or
telling you
talk to be
right.
my girlfriend.
Agreed.
Like
Agreed.
some, yeah, I do want to talk to you only. Yes, I do to see if you could be a girlfriend because I think
Mhm.
long term, if I'm going to make you a girlfriend,
Mhm.
so I have to go through those stage of exclusivity of just me and you talking to see if you could even be my girlfriend because you don't even know me like that, and I'm a lot.
So it seems like you can't multitask.
Well, I'm with you when you're right. You are a lot. So final thoughts on this episode. Let's wrap this up. You're a lot.
Yeah, facts.
Mm.
What?
Wrap it up. We good.
Relationship
What you got to say?
PTSD.
Oh, that could be it. You know me. What I gotta say is I do live in a fairy tale slash forever mode, depending on the time of year it is. So catch me while you can. But I will say this, I'm gonna be honest, I do there is a longing for forever, and I do be hoping that one girl will come in and just make me see the world differently and want to love her, and I don't want to say start a family, but be together forever and hit a couple of beaches. But I will say that. But until then, the fairy tale is where I will reside, and I will make a fairy tale come true for somebody else too.
Yeah, please just go ahead. Don't even.
Cook, don't act like that. Cookie get a man and act like she wouldn't be the same way.
First of all, if you go from episode 1 to 100, Cookie ideal is the same. Keep in mind, Cookie was married at 20. So I'm always going to think differently than you, Sugar. I have never in my life seen a man so hell bent on being controversial and a pain in the butt. Like he gets a kick out of it. Yeah, no. Don't even try to sell me a dream up over here, Sugar. Keep it real cute and light, because you're gonna mess around and I can sell water to a fish too. And we not on that type of time at 38. We're just not. I'm sorry. You should have called me between 30 and 33. I would have sold you a wrench, the fish, the white picket fence, all of that. I would have told you I was a superhero. My kids believed I worked for Marvel for the longest, so I definitely could have had you going. Just at this age, it's a no. It's a no for me. If I'm dating exclusive, oh, fly gone. To see, they girl, the stream is allergic to BS. Yeah, nah. If we're dating exclusive, we go together real bad, real bad. Don't come over here with no buffer and no purgatory before I get the hell conversation with me. Don't do that to me. To each his own. But yeah, like Nick said, at this big age, I wish I would.
Oh, for sure. Yes, indeed. And I'm
Girl,
gonna back go that, at this point I'm living in forever. Fairy tales are for books. And yeah, I'm living outside of that realm at this point. I don't mind dating someone. And if the exclusivity conversation comes up, then we're gonna find that and see what that looks like for us. Because again, I'm not even saying he's wrong in his thought process.
they
It
not.
just won't be for me at this point. So if he can find someone who wants to had a 7-layer dip with him, then he's more than welcome to do that. For me in my house, we're gonna define what this is and we're gonna keep it moving. But I'm also in a different place than he is. Well, he shouldn't be. We should be in the same place, but we're not. But that's a different show for a different day. So the young lady, whenever it feels good for you, if you feel like
Yeah.
you want to have the conversation to the person that you're dating, feel free to do so. That way you won't be stuck like, not knowing what's going on. If you want to define things, and either you're going to like it or you're not.
And I hope you have that conversation sooner than later, ma'am, because you see what's outside. Do
Yeah.
you want to be dealing with that?
Yeah.
You better ask. Because it sounds like she like it there. You better
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. Because we're watering plants at this point. All right. So make sure you're following the 30 Plus Podcast at the 30 Plus Podcast on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the things. Make sure you listen to our episodes where we air every other Thursday. And then we have a live episode recap on the Monday following. If you have a 30 Plus therapy, feel free to send it to us at the 30 Plus Podcast at gmail.com, or send it to our DMs via Facebook, Instagram. If you know one of the hosts, then you're more than welcome to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, be good. And if you can't be good, at least be good at it. See you when we see ya. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Good night. Mm-mm-mm.